Today we're going to give you 8 base links for some new Town Hall 17 bases post-update built by the pros at Blueprint for either Wars, Legends League, or ESL. The first base here is a base built by Dragon Tyrant, and as you can see, very toxic double poison diamond style base. Now this base is recommended for War by Dragon. Obviously you're free to use it in Legends League if you want, but he suggested it as a War base, and the suggested defensive CC is 2 Ice Golems and 25 Archers. The second base here is also built by Dragon Tyrant. Now this is recommended for Legends League. A very similar style base. You can see it actually looks quite similar, so clearly Dragon's got his type of base that he's really successful with at the moment, and he's going to keep using that. But yeah, Legends League more for this base here, and the defensive CC recommended as 3 Ice Golems and 10 Archers. The next base is built by Pikachu, and he's recommended this one for ESL. Now, ESL meaning the Esports version, so where you're doing 5v5 timed wars. Obviously, if you're not doing that though, you can still use this base. This does have an Invis Tower and a Rage Tower. Look at that core Rage Tower. That is going to do so much damage to your troops, and then a nice dead zone as well around the core to make pathing there as difficult as possible. The recommended CC for this one is 2 Ice Golems, 4 Headhunters, and the rest Archers, which I believe would just be, what, 1 Archer. Yep. The next base here is by Garcare, not to be confused with Garku. Now, I don't have a recommendation on whether you should use this for Legends, for War, or ESL. This is just a good overall base. Interesting to see the long-range Archer Tower used rather than the short attack cannon. I definitely think the short attack cannon's better, particularly if you get it inside that Rage Tower, but completely up to you on that. And the defensive CC for this one, 2 Ice Golems, 2 Super Minions, and 1 Archer. This next base is also built by Garcare, and he's also recommended coming in with 2 Ice Golems, 2 Super Minions, and 1 Archer. Clearly got a favorite type of defensive CC post-update. I really like this base. This looks super duper toxic. I like the Poison Tower protecting that high damage area on the bottom of the base, and then that Rage Tower at the top is super duper toxic. And I mean, there's no recommendation on War or Legends, but I'd love to see this one used in Legends League. It just looks terrible to go up against. This base here is from Adnan, and this is an ESL base. So obviously ESL bases, feel free to use them in Legends League or War, but it is mainly set up for the competitive arena of Clash of Clans. Now the defensive CC listed as 2 Ice Golems, 25 Archers, solid double poison tower base here, and I do like the Town Hall setup. This base here is built by Ninja. The defensive CC is 3 Ice Golems and 10 Archers. Now, like some of the other bases, I don't have a recommendation from Ninja on whether this should be used in Legends League, ESL, or War, but it does look like a very solid balanced base. I love all the air bombs around the Town Hall, and you can see that short attack cannon right next to the Rage Tower, surrounded by 3 multi-infernos as well, so you're not going to be able to tank it with 1 skeleton spell. That short attack cannon is getting a lot of damage on your troops. The last base here is built by Dimmer, and this one is recommended to be used in Wars. I mean, look at that core Rage Tower. In fact, both of those Rage Towers are extremely toxic. Now, the defensive CC for this one, 3 Ice Golems, 1 Headhunter, and 4 Archers. That's all the 8 bases for today's video, so hopefully they work well for you, whether it be Legends League, War, or your competitive side with the ESL. Let us know down below how the bases go, but don't be like those sort of people who just, you know, trying to roast the builders. If you genuinely have a problem with the base, you know, put it down there, but don't be rude. Particularly, I think my favorite comment is those of you who are at 6,000 trophies and then complain about taking negative 320 on defense. Like, if you're that high in trophies, surely you know that the game's easy and that any base can be tripled. And so maybe it's not the bases that we're providing, it's the game, but you know, do your own thing. If you want to vent at us, I guess I can't stop that. YouTube be YouTubing, but hopefully you enjoyed this. We'll be back with some more strategy guides tomorrow.